Fear makes you weak, but courage makes you strong. Once upon a time, in a small, peaceful village surrounded by fields of golden wheat and tall green trees, there lived two men named Rolo and John. Now, children, I want you to listen carefully, because this is not just an ordinary story. It is a story about how the way we think can either make us successful or hold us back. And it is also about something called crab mentality. Have you heard of it before? Well, let me tell you, if you put one crab in a basket, it will try hard to climb out. But if you put many crabs together, whenever one crab tries to climb out, the others will pull it back down. None of them escapes because they keep dragging each other down. Isn't that strange? This is called crab mentality. Instead of encouraging others to succeed, people try to stop them. And this is exactly what Rolo was like. Let's dive into the story. Rolo and John were neighbors. They often worked together on farming, repairing tools, or helping in the village. But their minds were as different as day and night. Rolo always saw the negative side of things. If the clouds gathered, he would say, "Oh no, the rain will destroy our crops." If the sun shone brightly, he would complain, "This heat will burn everything." He was always full of fear and doubt. But John was positive-minded. If the clouds came, he would smile and say, "Rain will help our plants grow strong." If the sun shone, he would say, "Great, the crops will ripen faster." John looked for solutions instead of problems. Now let me ask you, which friend do you think was happier? Yes, of course, John, because he carried hope in his heart, while Rolo carried fear. The big problem in the village. One summer, the village well, where everyone got water for drinking, cooking, and farming, suddenly stopped working. The water was blocked deep inside, and no one knew how to fix it. People became worried because without water, life in the village would become tough. The villagers gathered under the big banyan tree to discuss what to do. Everyone looked at each other, but no one dared to step forward. That's when John stood up and said confidently, "Friends, don't worry. Let me try. If we put our heads and hands together, we can surely fix the well." But guess who jumped in? Yes, Rolo. He shouted, "What nonsense, John! Do you think you can fix something that's been blocked for so long? It's impossible. Don't waste your time." Tell me, if someone said that to you when you were trying to help, how would you feel? Exactly, you might feel sad or even lose hope. But John didn't let Rolo's negativity stop him. He smiled and said, "Rolo, problems are solved only when we try. If we give up before starting, nothing will ever be fixed." The next morning, John took his tools and went to the well. He tied a rope around his waist, carried buckets, and began lowering himself carefully to see what was blocking the water. Rolo came too, but not to help. Oh no, he came to discourage. Standing with his arms crossed, he shouted, "John, it's useless. You'll only waste your energy. Leave it. Do something easier instead. Do you see? This is crab mentality." Instead of helping John, Rolo tried to pull him down with his words, just like crabs pulling each other down. But John was patient. He looked up and said calmly, "Rolo, if you can't help, at least don't stop me." Do you know why this is called crab mentality? Imagine you are climbing a ladder to reach a mango on a tree. You are almost there, and then someone pulls your leg and says, "Don't climb. You'll fall. It's useless. Come down." If you listen to them, you'll never get the mango. That's exactly what Rolo was doing. Instead of pushing John up, he kept pulling him down with his negativity. So, let me ask you, should we be like Rolo, pulling others down, or like John, encouraging and trying to help? Yes, like John. For 3 days, John kept working on the well. He pulled out stones, cleared mud, and checked every corner. The work was tiring, but he never gave up. Rolo, meanwhile, kept saying, "You're wasting your time. The well is gone forever. Do something else." But John kept smiling and answering, "Every problem has a solution. I just need patience." On the 4th day, as John dug deeper, suddenly, whoosh, water gushed out of the well with great force. Clear, cool water filled the bucket, and the villagers cheered loudly. Can you imagine how happy everyone was? Yes, they danced with joy. The well was alive again. Everyone praised John for his courage, patience, and positive thinking. The children ran around him shouting, "John saved us! John saved us!" And what about Rolo? He stood in a corner, his head down. He realized that his constant discouragement had no value. Instead of helping, he had only wasted his breath. Let's stop here and think together. When we face problems, should we fear like Rolo or be brave like John? Should we pull others down with our words or lift them with encouragement? If your friend is trying to do something hard, like learning to ride a bicycle or solving a big math problem, what should you do? Pause for answers. Exactly. You should say, "Come on. You can do it. Don't give up." That is the spirit of John. Crab mentality is not only in this story, it happens in real life too. Sometimes when you try to study hard, a friend might say, "Why are you working so much? You won't be first anyway. Come play." Or maybe you want to learn drawing and someone says, "You're wasting time." You'll never be good when you hear such words. Remember Rolo. And remember John. Don't let anyone's negativity pull you down. Believe in yourself, keep trying, and success will come. After that day, the villagers learned a big lesson. They realized that negativity and fear solve nothing. Only courage, patience, and positive thinking bring results. John became respected in the village as a wise and brave man. People began to follow his example, always looking for solutions instead of giving up. Rolo, too, slowly changed. He realized that his crab mentality had made him small in front of everyone. He promised to himself that next time, instead of pulling others down, he would try to lift them up. And that's what we should all learn. Never be a crab who pulls others down. Be like John, who not only climbs himself, but also inspires others to climb. Calamity, a great trouble or disaster. A calamity is when something bad or unexpected happens, like a storm that damages the crops. But remember, how we react to it matters more than the calamity itself. Determination, the strong will to keep going even when things are hard. John showed determination when he didn't give up on fixing the well. Determination is like saying, I can do it, even when your body feels tired. Negativity, always thinking something bad will happen. Rolo was full of negativity. He believed things would go wrong before even trying. But children, if we fill our hearts with negativity, we never see the bright side of life. Possibility, something that can happen if we try or believe. John always looked for possibilities. He thought, maybe there's a way to bring water from the well. That's what positive minds do. They see chances where others see problems. Crab mentality, when someone pulls others down instead of helping them succeed. Rolo kept telling John to stop working. That's called crab mentality. Just like crabs in a bucket pull each other down when one tries to escape. We must lift others up, not pull them down. Happy learning.